Good morning, everybody. Today is a Saturday. It is May the 31st, 2025. I'm trading in a slightly public place, but there's no one really here at this little fast food restaurant, and I am in Central Standard Time. Okay, we're on the OTC markets on pocket option. Uh, so pocket option is a pretty interesting little setup with a platform with binary options trading, but it also has you can trade Bitcoin, you can trade the currencies, and you can also trade the OTC on the weekends with a really low margin. So we're about to look to get a trade right here, and I'll explain what I'm doing in just a second, and we'll talk it through. I'm going to do about $100 on this account. This is a practice trade right now. I'm showing you the strategy, and I'll tell you the settings for the Super Trend and how we set this up in just a second here if we get a trade. And we can also look for setups somewhere else as well. Okay, we're doing Heikin-Ashi candles. We're going to wait for this candle to close. We're doing Heikin-Ashi. We're doing 1 minute candles. We're on the OTC market Forex MT5 demo account. Pocket option. We're doing the desktop version view instead of the mobile version view. Okay, our setup is the Super Trend. We are going with a 1 and a 1, and we are waiting for the candle to close on the new print, and then we're doing one buy, and then we're letting it play out. You do have to wait for 30 seconds to cancel out or to get out of the order after you're in the trade. So once you're in the trade, you have to wait 30 seconds before you can sell it at its earliest point is 30 seconds. Alright, there are pretty low margins on the OTC market, so that's why I'm trading it here. This is not the actual Forex market, this is the over-the-counter market, and it looks like we might get a print on a higher level here on the Heikin-Ashi. Super Trend is 1 and 1 on the settings. Okay, we're going to take this, but we have to set our money at about 100, so I'm a little bit late because I didn't have it set up right. Okay, we're taking that a little bit late, but we still caught the level that we wanted to. The idea is to, of course, have that set up at the price level you want and the buy that you want. You're either going to buy or sell right here. Now it's showing us the profit right down here. We're already in profit, but we can't sell yet until 30 seconds. It won't let us. And so it might pull back, which is fine. It could pull back. But if we're in profit, in 30 seconds we might close out the trade. So on $100, profit was $2. That's 2%. And like I said, it could definitely pull back. Okay, when it says close all positions, you can confirm. That means it's past 30 seconds. Okay, so on that trade it was successful, and our profit was $4.30 because the candle just came back a little bit. And we are doing market orders, and we're not changing any of the conditions. Okay. All right, we'll probably try 1 or 2 more trades here. Now, of course, not every trade is going to be that simple, but we are looking for that key level to be broken. And we're only going to try to get in on the print. Remember, we have to change our lot size for each pair. So the OTC on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, when the real market's closed, these actually have very low margin spreads, and so that actually protects your profit. Their spreads on the regular currencies are pretty bad during the week on pocket option, honestly. They have really huge spreads, which are terrible, but they do have good spreads on Bitcoin and gold. Okay, we're late on that. We're not going to take that. Like I said, we're in a public place, so we're going to hear some people talking just a little bit, which is okay. So let's see if I can mute for a second here. we're going to keep looking for our trade. Music went bye-bye. I'm going to turn my music back on. It's a UDO track that I made right here, Awakening Green. Turning that back on. It's on a loop, just in the background. Okay, when I muted my mic, it shut off my music, so that's what happened. Now these do not have the best spreads. These spreads, you can try them on your demo. You'll see that some of these have really bad spreads. So you can't trade gold. Some point they'll let you know if the market's live or not. These spreads are usually pretty bad, and you just have to go through and check out the spreads. But these numbers don't mean a lot because it's based on each different asset, and the spread means different things. On Bitcoin, that's usually 24 hours a day. They have a really nice spread, and we're in a pretty good uptrend here. Like I said, you have to make sure your lot size is what you want. If this went back on an uptrend, that would be a pretty nice entry since we are still going up right now. So we could wait for it, but it would be a couple minutes at the earliest. Okay, so they do have a lot of currencies on the OTC, so that gives you a lot of opportunities for this little particular scalping strategy. So I'm just going to keep waiting for one more trade at least so you can see what that looks like. So I'm trying to be pretty disciplined here with just one entry point. Of course, you could do as many entry points as you want, and you can make your lot size as small as you want. So these long wicks here are not always the best thing. This market's going sideways. So here, I'd probably want to pick off the bottom, like right here. We do have a buy that pulled back, and that's a pretty strong level. So that would be a good entry point, but I'm not doing that strategy right now. I'll stick with one strategy. Still looking for it. Okay, back to your positions. Sideways. Okay, we're going to wait for this. Of course, these are Heikin-Ashi candles, so this is actually smoothed out. Now, here's the thing to keep in mind is that your super trend is calculated totally different with Heikin-Ashi candles, believe it or not, than the regular candles. If I go to regular candles, you'll see that the way this is calculated is totally different. If you see this here, it might look the same, but it's actually not. You'll have to study it out yourself if you need to. It looked the same that time, but on some of the higher calculations it might not be the same on the super trend. On the one-to-one it might actually be the same, so you could try it. But on the higher settings on the super trend, if you go higher settings, then it's calculated differently for the Heikin-Ashi. So I don't know, it might be the same on the 1-1 setting. I'm not sure. It looked the same that time. So that kind of challenged me a little bit. You could of course do this right here. The settings look the same, but it might be that it's already calculated and doesn't want to recalculate, but it looks like it's the same. Okay, back to my position entry over here. I don't know what this is. Okay, yeah, we just get rid of that, bring it back. Okay, we were waiting for that break on the level, but we didn't get it. Just talking into this little microphone here on my headset. Talking softly in a public place. Do not distract anybody. Alright, let's keep looking. Actually just trading with this hotspot right now. Don't like the sideways market. It could work, but it's just really fidgety, and You have to look and see what your charts are doing. So, this is probably going to work better in a trending, more volatile market anyway, or at least more volume. I'm not getting a good printout. There we go. Taking a second because I'm screen capturing, I'm playing the music, and I am trading on a little Chromebook here. So I might not be able to keep up with everything. And then as the time gets more toward noon, it's almost 11 o'clock, the more people get on the internet, and then the service starts to slow down just a little bit, even on a good carrier sometimes. Yeah, I'm going to check my lot size. I might take this even though we're getting a lot of wicks. I'm going to wait for the print. I'm going to try to go in with about $100 so I can calculate my percentage easily, since I'm doing some testing here. Okay, now you can see that your margin from here to here, that's your spread, okay? So that's your spread. So it is a pretty small spread, believe it or not, because some of these, the entry point will be way up here. You can't even see it on the screen. Sometimes the entry point is so far up, they're expecting higher candles. Okay, we're already in profit 5%, but we can't close yet. We have to wait for the all position close sign to come up, okay? We're going to wait for it. And there it is. And we're going to take the profit. And it did bump up a little bit. And we ended at 11%. $11.64. Okay? Alright, so that's the strategy. Now, if it doesn't go your way, and it prints the other way, of course, you want to get out of that trade and take the loss, okay? You can do more than one buy or sell, but then you're going to get into blowing your account really fast, which I'm really good at doing as well. Okay, I think that's going to be it for today. So that was the Super Trend 1-1 setting. And just be careful, sometimes this doesn't always print the trend right, so it's good to reset and switch currencies and come back to make sure that the trends are printed correctly. Like I said, these are Heiken Ashi on the 1-1 setting. It looks like the calculation is the same. I'm going to check the line chart. You could try the line chart and it could work for you, okay? And yes, the idea is to try to stay in the trend until you have a 5 or 10% profit, or even just in any profit. And this is, you could try to stay in the trend, but then you might get chopped up. Like right here, you might start winning, and then when you get to sell, you're probably gonna not make any money. So it's probably good to get out in profit as soon as you can. So we made 4% on that trade, 4.3. Then we made 11.64% on the second trade. Okay, so you can experiment, but if you just want to see the overall smooth movement, there's no timer on this. Oh yeah, it might have a timer. I haven't used the timer on the Forex. I use it on the binary. Okay, so I'm not sure how that timer works. It might just have this 30-second timer up here where you can see it. Okay, I'm trying to get out, but I might try to find you one more trade just to kind of prove the efficacy of this. You still have to set your lot size, of course, every time. So, and then you got to be careful your lot size isn't set from previous if it remembers it. So, you got to be real careful that you don't go in too heavy or too light, if that's going to be a problem for you. We are trying to find one more setup here. Now, of course, the problem is when it doesn't go your way, you got to cut your losses, but you're trying to, of course, get more wins than losses, and you're just trying to do a little scalping. You're not really trying to write it. That's not really what this strategy is trying to do, although you could do that. You could try to ride it in a heavily trending market, but you could still get stopped out, or you could have a situation. We'll try to do this here. We got to bump up our lot size real fast in a few seconds. Okay, we got the sell signal. I'm about 100. You can't always get it right on 100, which is fine. So I get close to it. Main reason I'm doing $100 here is to give me a little bit of leverage. And oh yeah, the leverage on these is 200 to 1 on all of these, I believe, even Bitcoin. So you could get wiped out pretty fast. So that's why you're looking for these levels to hold. If this level doesn't hold and it doesn't come back, usually there will be good resistance right here. Usually this will see that resistance. That's usually going to be pretty strong, but not every time. Okay. So on this one, if you would have entered here, it would have bobbed around, and then you could have exited. Well, yeah, you could have exited 30 seconds later, wherever the candle would be bobbing around. Okay, so we still have some resistance, which is still holding on this sell. It's not always going to be that way. Okay, we can close after we get in profit. Once you press close all positions once, then you have to confirm it, so you could just wait for the confirmation light to come on. We are getting a nice little push, and we don't want to wait too long because there's going to be some resistance because the candle's wicking. Okay, so we could have got a couple dollars in profit, and then there's a chance it will push because we're on a downtrend. So I could have maybe stayed in, and it is pushing there, so I missed some profit. But at the same time, it shows that I got a 0% $0 profit because it's bouncing as you're going to make this sell. You are selling that market, so you can do it by price, but you're not always going to get filled right away, and that could be an issue. Okay. All right. So 0%, no loss. That's a tie. So we'll take it. Almost 12%, and then 4.3%. All right. That's 3 trades, and that's the strategy. Super Trend 1 minute candles. You can try other settings. This is just a little scalping. And as always, be careful and don't over leverage, because you already leveraged 200 to 1 on all these. So let's look at that again. You can go right here on the Euro GDP. It tells you more about it right here. Your leverage is 1 to 200, which is great leverage, of course. These are OTC, so they're not tied to the markets directly. It shows you your lot size here. Minimum, volume, size. The price of the point is $1.32, so I don't know exactly how you would use that yet. Free swap, no extra fees other than the gap. Okay? Alright, they start trading. Most of these start trading. I don't know what time frame this is set to. I think this is maybe my time frame. I'm not sure. This might be just the mean time here. Greenwich mean, or whatever they use. Okay, they have some volatility calculations, which is nice. Oh, that's a 24-hour calculation. That's neat. Alright, it's changed down, so it tells you kind of the general trend has been down 3% in the last 24 hours, even though we're just doing scalping. Shows you your spread. Here's your spread right here. Those are pips, so that's a really small spread, so that's what I like. Okay, I don't know what the volume step is. I think it's, that's how big the pips are, maybe. Not sure what I don't know what volume step means, so I have to look that up. Right. So you can't trade these during the week, but starting Friday night, I don't know if this is Central Standard Time or not. I don't know what my time settings are right now. Okay, maybe I'll go check. don't know where I set it up. So it tells you your time somewhere right here. Current time is this. So yeah, it's set on Central Standard. So yeah, I believe that is correct. That is the right time for me right now, Central Standard. So that's good. You can see the timestamps. So yeah, those were the times. You can go to any currency. We can click on it. Super low spreads. That's what I like. So 31 point spread. It's not too bad right here because you can see all the movement. The volatility is almost 3%. Okay, so my time on Friday was 5 p.m. It opened right here. All through Friday, Saturday, Sunday. On Sunday, the real markets open back up at 5 p.m. probably. Okay, so that gives you 2 full days, 24 hours a day, to trade the OTC on really low spreads. I love it. Okay, y'all have a great one. Always test your strategies and be careful out there, and y'all have a great Saturday and a great week. Out for now.